Hi, Dr. Rich, it's Arifa. My video might be a little long this week because my questions are long. Also, I'm not an actress, so please bear with me. I might fumble on a few words. I'm going to do the best I can to deliver this so you can understand. My first question is, where is the endothelium on a blood vessel? The endothelium is a single layer of the squamous endothelic cells that lines the interior surface of the blood vessels and lymphatic vessels. The endothelium forms an interface between circulating blood or lymphus in the lumen and the rest of the vessel walls. Endothelium lines all the blood vessels, including veins, arteries, and arterioles ventrilus. The endothelium cells is the lining of blood vessels or release substance that control vascular relaxation and contraction, as well as enzymes that control blood clotting. Question number 2 now. Just mind you, my question for number 2, it's going to probably be explained in steps because that's the best way I could understand it as I was doing the question. The question is, how would a molecule of glucose be absorbed? What capillaries and veins absorb it from the small intestines? And how would that molecule get to the liver? So each villus of small intestines contain capillaries and lymphatic vessels. Sequence of glucose absorption from the small intestines to the liver. So step 1, glucose is absorbed by the capillary bed present in the villus of the small intestines. Step 2, after absorbing glucose enters superior mesenteric veins. The supramesenteric veins fuse with the splenic veins to the portal veins. Step number 4, glucose from the superior mesenteric vein enters into the portal vessels. And step number 5, the portal vessels divide into the left and right branches in the liver. And step number 6 is the glucose passes through the portal vein and reaches the liver. And the very last step is from the liver, glucose enters into the central vein and the hepatic vein, and finally into the inferior vena cava. And so that was my answer for number 2. Number 3, my question is a little more detailed. I'm going to do the best I can to explain this. Imagine your patient just suffered the loss of 1 liter of blood. What will happen to her blood pressure? What mechanisms will respond, and how will they influence blood pressure? Okay, so loss of 1 liter of blood causes reduction of blood pressure of the patient. We know that. In response to blood loss and reduction, blood pressure number of mechanisms are activated by our body to compensate this problem. The quick response, baroreceptors and chemoreceptors response. So reduced blood volume due to blood loss decrease the cardiac output and blood pressure. This will stimulate sympathetic, and which is adrenergic systems through the activation barrier and chemoreceptors. Sympathetic activation has effects on blood vessels and heart. In heart, it exerts positive iotropic and chronotropic effects on the heart. That means activated sympathetic system increase heart rate and force of concentration of the heart. In the blood vessels, sympathetical activation causes vasoconstriction. The vasoconstriction and effects on the heart tries to increase blood pressure of the patient to the normal. The renal angiogenesis aldosterone, not sure if I said that word correctly, mechanism, which is RAAS. And actually, RAS I learned over the summer because I took cancer biology. So we went a little more into detail about this and how this works with cancer patients. But I know that has nothing to do with this, but I didn't want to put that out there. Reduce blood volume, decrease blood flow to the kidneys. This will stimulate the juxtaglomerular. I am going to spell that word for you because I definitely butchered that. It's JUXTAGLOMERULAR and apparatus of the kidneys to secrete renin. Renin converts angiotensin synthesized from the liver to the anginas. I hate saying that word, I'm sorry. Anginas converts enzymes from lungs, converts the anginas 1 to anginas 2. The anginism 2 has various action to increase the blood pressure. Anginas 2 stimulates the adrenal cortex to secrete aldosterone, which enhance sodium reabsorption and water retention, thereby increasing the blood pressure. Anginas 2 itself, a port vasoconstrictor, causes vasoconstriction and increase the blood pressure. Anginas 2 stimulate the posterior pituitary and secretes of antilyric hormones, cause water reabsorption and increase blood volume and blood pressure. And baroreceptors and chemoreceptors response and RAAS increase blood volume and blood pressure of the patient. So basically, to sum up what I just basically said, it's blood loss of 1 liter won't lead to death, but results in decrease of blood volume, which further leads to decrease in the blood pressure. When blood volume falls or blood flows to the kidneys decrease, juxtaglomerular, that word I will never be able to say, it's JUXTAGLOMERULAR, cells in the kidneys secrete renin into the bloodstream. Renin catalyzes the conversion of anginas released by the liver to the anginas 1. Anginas 1 is in turn hydrolyzed by angiolin converting enzymes to form anginas 2. Anginas 2 raises the blood pressure in 2 ways. First, anginas 2 is a potent vascular contracture. Second, it stimulates secretion of aldosterone, which increase reabsorption of sodium ions by the kidneys, and increase sodium levels contribute to the retention of water. It increased the total blood volume, which increased blood pressure. I hope that makes sense to you. Again, if some of the words that I fumbled on and it doesn't make sense to you, can you just please look at the submission that I did for the video quiz for the actual questions? I will go ahead and send you an email as well because I did my best delivering this, but I'm very camera shy and yes. Okay, well, thank you.